What's up, folks? It's Wix. So I just wanted to go through some more forms of corruption happening right in front of your fucking face. Like, instead of having short publicly funded political campaigns with limited and or free advertising, the U.S. has long political campaigns, which candidates are done big bucks for advertising. Therefore, forced to spend much of their time fundraising, which is to say, seeking bribes. How about politicians can be bribed to reduce regulation of industries like banking, which means that they will be so bribed. Billions were spent, thousands of lobbyists employed by bankers to remove cumbersome rules into zeros, which means political corruption enabled financial corruption. How about the chief villains of the 2008 meltdown have not been prosecuted, which in itself is a form of corruption. How about the U.S. military budget is bloated and enormous, bigger than the military budgets of the next 12 major states? What isn't usually realized is that perhaps half of it spent on outsourced services, not on the military. It's corporate welfare on a cosmic scale. The U.S. has a gulag of fucking 2.2 million prisoners. In jail and penitentiary, there's an increasing tendency to prisons to be privatized, which is a tendency of corrupting the system. It's wrong for people to profit from putting and keeping human beings behind bars. And the trend is made all the more troubling by the move to give extra long sentences for minor crimes, to deny people parole, and to imprison people for the ridiculous amounts of time for petty larceny. And the rich are well placed to bribe our politicians to reduce taxes on the rich. This is another government policy that has produced a situation where 400 American billionaires are worth $2 trillion, as much as the bottom 150 million Americans. That kind of wealth is inequality. And when's the last time you seen that? This is extreme corruption. How about the NSA's domestic spying is a form of corruption in itself? Hello? You didn't fucking know that by reading the damn Constitution? By reading the Bill of Rights? Got 4 million government employees and private contractors engaged in surveillance? Highly unlikely that various forms of insider trading and other corrupt practices aren't being committed, right? If you knew who Warren Buffett and George Soros were calling every day, that alone could make you a killing. The American political class wouldn't be defending this indefensible invasion of citizens' privacy so vigorously if someone somewhere weren't making enough money on it. You can't figure this shit out yourselves? As if insider trading, if you don't fucking know about that, you know what the fuck's gonna happen before it happens, so you decide to sell your stock? And which turns out, as for insider trading, Congress, much of the law it hastily passed, forbidding members to engage in insider trading, basically buying and selling stock based on their privileged knowledge of future government policy. If you know the government policy, you know what the fuck's going to happen. Hello? And that's a practice only became an issue recently as another sign of how corrupt the system is. Asset forfeiture and the drug war is corrupted police departments and the judiciary, and people still cannot fucking figure this out. Money and corruption have gone so far deep into our media system that people cannot with a straight face assert that scientists aren't sure human carbon emissions are causing global warming, even though the fucking ice caps are not melting. They're getting bigger. Oh, you haven't researched that? You haven't found that one out yet? Fox Cable News, among the most corrupt institutions in American society, purveying outright lies for the benefit of the billionaire class. This is so corrupt that it's resisting the obvious urgency to slash carbon production. Even our relatively progressive president if you want to fucking call him that, talks about exploiting all sources of energy as though hydrocarbons were just as valuable as green energy. These are fucking green Hitlers, that's all they are. Even an economy based on natural gas freely admits the challenge of human-induced climate change. American politicians like Jim Inhofe are openly ridiculed when they travel to Europe for their known Nothingism on climate. Nobody gives a fuck. They could care less. So, you know, don't tell anybody else around the world about American corruption, because nobody knows what it looks like. Are you people fucking serious? How come politicians and government officials are not being rounded up and arrested? How come? Why? You people don't see what's going on here? How about looking back to 1930s Germany, you fucking schmuck? Go and look it up. 1930s Germany. Go and look it up. Why don't you go and look up Operation Paperclip and find out why most of this fucking stuff is happening now? Why don't you go and look up Operation Gladio? Go and look up Operation Cable Splicer. Go and look up Operation High Jump. I can go on for days. You stupid fucking schmucks need to snap out of it and fucking listen. I don't give a fuck if you get offended or not. You get offended and you fucking listen. There's not much more I can fucking tell you people. I've given you everything for fucking years and you still don't listen. That's your fucking problem. I'm telling you all this shit right now, and if you don't snap out of it, don't come to me begging for fucking help. And if you don't like my fucking attitude about shit, or how I present stories, go fuck yourself and unfriend me. I don't know what else to say. You're the fucking problem. You're hurting the fucking people in this country. You're the fucking problem. Not people like me. It's because of people like me that you know this fucking information. It's because of people like me that you have a fucking clue what's going on. And it's because of people like me that are gonna save your fucking ass when shit hits the fan. But don't come crawling to fucking me asking what to do and how I'm gonna help you and where you should go, what you should do. You're a fucking adult, aren't you? God bless and carry on.